What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered, real convos, no filter, where we honor God, our authentic selves, and the beautiful contrast of life. Listen, I'm so excited about today's episode. You get a chance to meet my amazing glam team, my swear-bys, Brandi Frye-Odom, and also Diedra Mills. And we're going to talk beauty today. We're going to talk about that it's more than beauty. We're going to talk about our relationship and their passion for jumping into the beauty industry and how amazing it is to have relationships with your clients. Not only that, I'm going to share some of my faves for the holidays and also an Artist Me Spotlight of the Day, which we do every episode. And just like you guys know, I always love to start each episode with a scripture for the week. So today is in James 1:17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning. Listen, everything good in your life came from God. It is perfect when it comes from God, even if it doesn't feel that way. And we need to embrace it. We have to understand that when God is doing his thing and how he's doing his thing, that he has our best interest at heart with the gifts he wants to extend to us. So I want you to ponder that scripture in James 1:17, letting you know not to look to the right and to the left, but what God is presenting to you is something that is so incredible that it's meant for your good and it's meant for your purpose. All right, let's get started with Ab's faves. Listen, you guys know I always love to bring you into my world. And for this episode, I want to talk about gifts and how I choose the gifts for my family. So a gift suggestion for your spouse, I literally think about my husband and I think about some things that mean something. It's easy to go into a store and pick up an item, anything that's trendy and that's, being worn right now, any watch or any shoe or any piece of luggage, but it's something to be said about sentimental gifts, those gifts that keep on giving, that remind you of things that are the most meaningful in life. So even though I buy gifts and I love to see my husband look great, I always love to present him with, for his birthday, Father's Day, or Christmas, gifts that are sentimental, ones that actually keep on giving and are timeless. So I would love for you to experience the joy on a person's face when they get a sentimental gift. It means so much more than anything that you could just pick up on a rack. Also, gifts for children, if you have children. For me, this year, legacy. Legacy means something to me. I want my children to have something to grow from, to know that mommy and daddy actually took the time to think about their futures. And so this year, my children will get another additional stock option purchased for them, and also some legacy bonds. So I would love for you to invest in your children's legacy by giving them something that appreciates with value, because you can buy them toys and also cute clothes and shoes, but they're going to grow out of them and they're going to evolve from them. But one thing that will keep on giving are legacy gifts and gifts that are well thought out, that lets them know that they thought about that they were thought about well beyond any tangible item that you could create and give to them. And if you still have parents, listen, I love role reversal. My parents can tell you that they are now my babies. They are my joy. And so for me, I love to get them cute little items and necessities. For example, my mom does not have pierced ears. She is 75 years old, never wanted pierced ears. And the only reason I have pierced ears is because my aunt took me to get my ears pierced at 1 month. And she walked off, ran down the mall when she knew I was getting my ears pierced, because she was like, I didn't want to hear you crying. But since my mom doesn't have pierced ears, every year I get her those earring converters that makes any pierced earring that I purchase for her a clip-on. And she loves it. She's like, you got my clip-on thing so I can wear my pierced ears? And it's so cute because she loves that. She loves to be able to experience having, pierced earrings without getting her ear actually pierced. And also for daddy, honey, he loves, getting his saw sharpened. He loves getting his tractor serviced. Like, he loves for me to say, I bought you an oil certificate. Like, Daddy loves things like that, as well as the lottery tickets. So anytime I'm purchasing lottery tickets, I promise you it's for him, because he wants them in any state that he can get them in. He loves it. It's his hobby. I'm not judging him. But cute things like that, he loves to open the box and have some scratch off. So that's Daddy. Listen, for me, I have so many things, and I've been blessed with a lot of things, and this isn't a brag. So when I think about gifts for me, it's less about the next bag or the next cutest, Balenciaga shoe or shade. For me, an optimal gift would be a long spa day, like from sun up to sundown, when they open the doors to when they close the doors, just relaxing, recentering, taking the days off, taking the seasons of busyness off. I think gifts like that, they just mean the world. So gift cards to spas, husband, a whole day retreat. It could be a weekend. One of the best gifts ever. Of course, I love nice things, but a thoughtful gift or an actual need would be one that many women, many of us can benefit from. And that is for us to relax and take a moment to retool and refuel so that we can continue to pour out and nurture others. All right? Also, because this is the beauty segment, I wanted to share with you my faves. Listen, I loved MAC for the longest time, but my beautiful Houston makeup artist, Color du Jour, introduced me to NARS, and I literally have not been able to separate from it. I love the coverage. I love that it's light. I love that it's hypoallergenic. And I love the fact that it goes on so smooth. And whether it's Color du Jour, Diedra Mills, or any other artist that I use, when I tell them that I love NARS, they get it, even if they've never heard of it. They're like, oh, I really, really love them. So these are swear buys, guys. And also for the concealers, Tarte. Notice I have two colors. I learned from Color du Jour that nobody is one color. And so she found, when she mixed these together, that this worked the best for me for my highlighting and shading. And I'm probably using the wrong terminology. And so I mentioned it to Diedra, who is with me now all the time in South Carolina and Atlanta. And she was like, okay. And she really works these on this face. And if I'm tired, she makes me look awake and happy. So I wanted to tell you that these are Av's faves. I love them so much. And this is my new fragrance, Fave Mon Paris by Yves Saint Laurent. Listen, this perfume smells so good. It's light, it's fresh, and it's long lasting. Like, it lingers. And I love it so much. You guys need to try it. And when you wear it, think of Av. Because it's one of my faves. And since we're talking about beauty, there are a couple of things that I swear by. Because listen, how many of you know I've shared with you about my thyroid issues? I get dry a lot. And what keeps my skin moisturized is Urban RX founder is Rachel Roth. I love Urban RX. It is amazing skincare, as well as Yale Skincare by Yandy Smith, which is my girl, my boo. I told her, I said, girl, I just had no clue that your products would just do my skin the way that they do. I mean, I love Yale. I love her cosmetic line. I love her moisturizer. I love her skin cleansers. It is just like, I can't live without it. I just can't. So you guys need to try and experience. And those are Av's faves for this episode. All right, everybody. So my Artist Me Spotlight today goes to the beautiful Stacey Abrams. Listen, every episode I take a moment to highlight a beautiful woman who is blazing the trail, understanding that they are artistry created by God. It's so important to me for women to see themselves as art. So every episode I have a highlight for a person in this vein. So mine today, Stacey Abrams. She is an American politician, lawyer, voting rights activist, and author who served in the Georgia House of Representatives for 10 years, 2007 to 2017, serving as a minority leader from 2011 to 2017. She's a member of the Democratic Party. She founded Fair Fight Action, an organization to address voter suppression in 2018, and her efforts have been widely credited with boosting voter turnout in Georgia, including in the 2020 presidential election, where Joe Biden narrowly won the state, and in Georgia's 2020 to 2021 regularly scheduled and special U.S. Senate elections, which gave the Democrats the control of the Senate. In February 2019, she became the first African-American woman to deliver a response to the State of the Union address. Abrams is an author of both fiction and nonfiction books. So, Stacey, we just celebrate who you are. We celebrate the barriers you have broken. We celebrate everything that you have done for us, done for women, done for done for our government. We appreciate you, and I highlight you and I celebrate you. Beautiful, beautiful woman who is blazing the trail as my Artist Me spotlight for this episode. All right, everybody, we are now at the point of the episode where we get to meet my beautiful guest for today, and I get the opportunity to give you a glimpse into the life of my favorite preferred glam team, the beautiful Diedra Mills, as well as the beautiful Brandi Frye-Odom. Listen, I don't really move without them, and when they're not available, I'm literally trying to scratch my head and figure out what in life I'm going to do with myself. But I can't wait to bring you in to seeing the beautiful women that make sure that I look good off camera, on camera, and just in general. Diedra makes sure that my face is beat to the gods. When I tell you she's a real artist because she takes this canvas and makes me feel beautiful probably 2 to 3 times a week because I love her so much. She's a great woman. I can't wait for you to meet her. Same with Brandi. Came into my life about 4.5, 5 years ago, and I have sworn by her ever since. I was so sad when I moved from Houston away from my amazing Daphne, and God brought Brandi into my life, and I have not been the same since then. She knows that I literally feel like I'm having withdrawals when I can't get in touch with her to get this hair together. And then when you see me in braids, you know it's because Brandi was too busy to get me in. Okay. But these are they about to come out, so I get to see her. Listen, I want you to welcome to Unfiltered, Miss Diedra Mills and Miss Brandi Frye-Odom. Yes, celebrate them. Hey. Y'all look so beautiful. Listen, if your makeup artist and your stylist don't look like them, get some new ones, okay? Because, see, they care about themselves. You can see how people carry themselves, how they will carry you. Amen. Let me tell you a little bit about Diedra. She's a mother of 2, and she has been doing makeup for 8 years at MAC Cosmetics. And then she transitioned into going into business for herself. And her business is called the Diedra Mills Experience. The reason why is because it's truly an experience from top to bottom. It's not just makeup artistry for her. It is a passion, and I feel it all of the days of my life. She was there from 2009 to 2017. She has an advanced certification in product specializing, Viva Glam ambassador, and she's worked and has been published in several magazines such as Sheen Magazine and Huami, 2 covers. She also worked with several prominent clients and co-owner of Nairobi Hair Products, Kimberly Chapman, UNCF Regional Development Director, Justine Boyd. She's done stage plays, movies. She literally has done commercials. She's worked anywhere from Greenville to Los Angeles, Atlanta, and several runway shows. She has been the featured makeup artist. I want you to celebrate Diedra Mills on today and understand that she don't play no games. And I have the beautiful Brandi Frye-Odom, who is a celebrity stylist and entrepreneur raised in the deep south of Atmore, Alabama. Country girl, just like your girl from Dothan, Alabama. Okay. beautiful things come from the country. You
Oh,
see
that's
it.
right. That's right.
I love it. After years of seeking higher education at the University of Alabama, she decided to follow her first love of doing hair, and that has landed her the life of her dreams. She is a master cosmetologist with a marketing degree. This has given her the tools that she needs to be the talent and the brains behind her brand. After years of being a salon owner in Alabama at Fly Experience Salon, she decided to move her talents to a larger market in Atlanta, Georgia. With 3 years of being in Atlanta, Brandi has grown her clientele to the most popular socialites the city has to offer. She's styled for hair magazines, not only including or limited to Tyra Banks, Michelle Williams, Toya Wright, Yandy Smith, Tasha Cobbs Leonard, and many, many more. You can find her living her dreams in Atlanta with her husband, Frye-Odom. That's my brother, the Deacon. I love him. And that sweet baby Mav, Jay's Mav. When she's not slaying heads, she's being a wife, a mom, an influencer on social media, and pouring her heart into her personal brands. Can we please celebrate the beautiful women that make sure that I'm beautiful? Diedra and Brandi, what's up, y'all?
Hey.
Listen, y'all are amazing and you never cease to amaze me. I need you to understand with everything inside of me that the greatest gift I feel is getting to know people who want to know you in ways beyond what you pay them for. And so for these two women, I have really learned what love is. When they love you, they literally, it's not a job for them. It's something that's, a passion, but it also fuels them to see you feel and look good. So I want you to know that for me having the opportunity to meet Diedra after moving from Houston in my comfort zone, giving a shout out to Color Du Jour, who is like my favorite of all times. And then I met Diedra, and now, honey, they on even playing fields. I can't go wrong. They are amazing. Finding Diedra, finding Brandi after I felt at the time taken away from Houston has been one of the greatest joys of my life, because it lets us know that you can step out of your comfort zone for the people that you've used for a long time and find family in a different city. So I want both of them to tell us a little bit about themselves and how they decided to dive into the beauty industry and what made it a passion. So Diedra, since you're here with me, can you go first and tell me about how beauty became a passion for you?
Sure. Actually, it was a career change around 29, 30. I was freshly a mother for the second time. I had just had my son. I was going to be a stay-at-home mom, but then I was bored. I was like, I can't do this, And my husband at the time, I'm divorced now, but my husband at the time, he was like, just go do something to get you out of the house. And I loved makeup. I was always at the MAC counter, and I was just talking to them one day, and they were like, maybe you should come work here. And lo and behold, I started working there full time, and that was supposed to hold me over, but then that just took over. And I've actually been in the game about 13 and a half years. Wow. I was just 8 years at MAC Cosmetics, and just makeup kind of chose me. It was something that was just supposed to hold me over into my next corporate job. But then it's just like news spread, each face is an advertisement. And from there, my appointments just grew. And then my clientele grew so much that where I was doing makeup before work, after work, and then it was just a lot. And so I just decided to leave them and branch out on my own. And here I am.
Listen, I'm glad you did, because, honey, I'm not worried when you tell me I got you. I have literally grown into loving you beyond, just someone who comes along to make sure and beautify my face. You are an amazing person inside and out.
Thank you so much.
I want to celebrate Diedra today and know that you can count on her to give you her best. Brandi, what's up, honey? Tell us about your passion for hair and how you got started and everything in the beauty industry.
Okay, so I moved to Tuscaloosa, Alabama in 2005 to get a degree at the University of Alabama. And I went through that whole process, and I was still doing hair. You know how you're doing hair in the dorm rooms and you're doing all your friends. So I was still doing that. And when I graduated, I worked a corporate job for a while, and I hated it. I hated it. I was like, this cannot be life. This just cannot be it. And eventually, we in all of our marketing department ended up getting laid off, and I lost my job. And so I was like, okay, well, let me do what I love to do. I love to do hair. I was like, God, if you will keep this going, I'll keep going with this. And then from there, it just grew and grew, and business just grew. And I eventually opened my own salon. I had a 10 chair salon. I had a full salon, and then I moved to Atlanta. And so God just kind of ordered my steps and just brought me to Atlanta. And then He brought me and laid me in your lap. Yes, He laid me in your lap. And that was, I can honestly say, that was one of the opportunities that definitely catapulted my career. And so I'm so appreciative of that and the relationship we have, and just, the role that it's played in helping me, but, grow and helping my business grow. Definitely.
Yeah, I want to tell you that I love how you both basically said that you were like, God, I don't know what this is, but if you sustain me, I'm going to keep going. I heard Diedra say, like, listen, I'm more than a stay at home mom. I'm more than the Mac counter. And it literally pushed her into creating an experience called the Diedra Mills experience, where everybody gets a chance to experience feeling like their art. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are artists in your own right. Like, everything that you do, it makes people, like, people see you on camera and they see you in your element, but they don't know the behind the scenes, like the care that you take in sewing tracks together, the care that she takes in making sure things are blended well and making sure you look good, and the 19 looks before she sends you out the door. Either one of y'all send us out the door. Like, wait, let me get this in order. Y'all never phone it in. And I want to appreciate both of you all for that, because you guys literally see this as a passion. And I see both of you all as true artists. So I've witnessed you study and evolved with the trends, but I know for a fact that y'all have some foundational principles that keep you true to who you are, and you don't let the trends move you. So can you just tell us how you were able to flow and grow as well as keep your foundational principles intact?
Well, for me, when the makeup thing first, kind of blew off, people got into the social media aspect of it. I'm kind of shy, believe it or not. So I've never really been the one to promote and post pictures and be on social media, because I'm actually a little shy. I always went with the principle to let my gift make room for me. That was God's promise to me. So I worked on my gift, and I let that make room for me, and I pay my tithe and give my offering, and, and He grows it from there. And that's just been my principle the entire time, just to work on my gift and let my gift make room for me. And it has, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that.
That's beautiful. And what I'm hearing is that you said organically you allowed God to grow you, and He established you, and you didn't really have to promote what your work promoted itself. Brandi, what about you? How do you grow and evolve with the trends, but also have foundational principles that you don't depart from in the process?
So from the beginning, I kind of knew who I was for. Okay, so I kind of know what woman I'm for. I know who I am and kind of what I like to do and how I like my clients to look. So I kind of just stuck with that. Like, trends have changed. So, we're going baby hair crazy. We're going this crazy. We're going everything crazy.
Right.
But I kind of knew, okay, well, I'm more of a natural look. I'm more of a tousled look. And I've stayed with that, and I've stuck with that over time. So times have changed, but I kind of stuck with what I have always been true to, the looks that I've always been true to. High glamour, definitely high volume, definitely natural looks. Yeah, like timeless looks. And so that doesn't change, like with the little short trends, but people like to look timeless. You want to be able to look at yourself years from now and say, you know what, I look good then, I look good now, I'm gonna look good in the future. I don't want to do something that you're gonna regret that you did years down the road. Like, I don't want to, why did I do that? That's right. Yeah. So that's how I've always just tried to kind of stay true. You definitely learn new techniques, you definitely learn how to do things better, but definitely stay true to the looks that you build. So that's what I've done. Just true to the looks that I like to build.
For sure. I agree with you, girl, because, makeup changes. I think I was scarred from that, back from the bronzer, the white lips, oh my gosh, I probably can't say it, but the shore look. Let's just call it the shore with all the bronzer, on the face and the white lips and the dark eyeshadow. Oh yeah, it's a nightmare to look back and see those pictures. So I totally understand what you mean about the clean, timeless, classic look. I've always stuck with that as opposed to, what others may choose.
I think that's beautiful because it allows you to grow with what's happening. But when you put your name on something, it means something. When you see B-Fly experience, you expect a certain level. You see the Diedra Mills experience, you expect it to be like something that marks you. Mm-hmm. And so Diedra and I were just talking about this yesterday. I was like, listen, I'm looking at my wedding photos and I'm cringing at my makeup. No knock to the person that did it. But that was 2010 ago. And I'm like, man, like things have changed since then. And even with my vow renewal, it's one of my favorite faces. It's like God knew that I wanted a reset from my wedding makeup to now. A do-over. And I feel like it takes a lot for women to trust that another person is going to bring out the best. I will say that both of you guys have stretched me. Brandi is like, you look cute I never wore a middle part. Her and Jay Bolin, I tell you, they will force you into some moments.
For sure.
She's like, wear this color. I'm like, who gonna wear what
and
color?
super bright lips. You used to hate pink.
I hated pink, and she got me in pink. I don't even like pink like that. Like I like fuchsia, but she both of them have literally revolutionized how I've seen color and patterns and things like that. I look back at some of the units that Brandi's created for me. She was like, I had you in mind with this girl, so I knew it was going to look right when I made it. And I'm like, I don't see it. Her, Jay Bolin, and Diedra, like them together, this trio, they really get me outside of myself. I've never worn like red hair before. Brandi's like, girl, this gonna look good on your skin. I'm like, what?
It does.
And then I walk in with a unit from Brandi, and then Diedra will be like, Brandi did her thing, so let me do mine. That kind of thing. So it just kind of bounces back and forth. You guys literally are true to the artistry that God is giving you. And I want people to understand that it's good to have a team that not only wants you to look and feel good, but they also feel good about their work after it's over. They're not just like, okay, let me run through this and then get paid and move on to the next thing. I consider you guys more than just work for hire, in my life. Both of us, all of us, have like personal relationships, like family. Like I care about your families. I ask about your children. We, if we have issues we want to talk about, you come in, you're not feeling the best, we can work that out and then work through what we're there to do. I found that place with both of you, but can you all talk about with your clients how you know that and you decipher and distill who's who as far as who can be more than just a client and turn into like family versus the ones that you like, all right, well, I know not to go beyond that with this person.
Well, in this industry, you encounter tons of people, personal, different walks of life. I try to connect with everybody on a certain level because I kind of customize my experience to them and what makes them comfortable and what their needs are, and being in such close proximity, sometimes it turns personal, to sometimes just our talks in the chair. And then sometimes it might be a lunch or this. It just depends on how the flow actually goes. When kindred spirits actually connect, you connect, and then it just grows from there. But I am the type of person, if I see you today and I don't see you anymore for 6 weeks, we can pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of like the same, and I appreciate that out of people, that I meet. And I can stay connected with you and just pick right up where we, left off. So it's just really kindred spirits, you know what I mean? Like how Brandi was discussing earlier about she knew the person that was for her. I think I draw those type people, who are for me. When you click, you click.
Yeah.
And it's just organic, and it just goes from there. But there are certain clients where you don't kind of click. They live, a different kind of life. Their experiences are different, and we just kind of keep it to the chair. And that's just that.
Yeah. And it's okay.
And it's
right?
okay.
So Brandi, what about you, honey? Like how do you determine or decipher if this is just, hey, I'm going to do their hair, I'm going to do this wedding, and I'm going to keep it moving, and I don't care if I talk to them again versus, the client becoming family?
When you get somebody in your chair, you can kind of feel it. It's almost like a feeling. Like some people lock up, and then some people are ready to release because the chair is already like a therapist chair anyway. So most women come in, they're ready to like, oh, girl, let me tell you. Oh, I couldn't wait to tell somebody about what happened at work today. And they just want to listen. Yeah, they just want a listening ear anyway. And so it kind of depends. Like when you get in, you can see, okay, I think we're going to click. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and just be free. Let's talk about what we want to talk about. Let's see what we have in common. And then from there, you just know, okay, so this is my person. And from there, you just lock in. Like I used to tell people after their first experience, they come get their hair done. I say, hey, we go together.
That's right. That's right. Don't we say that too?
The whole relationship.
Yeah,
because we'll fall out about something. I'll be like, we breaking up
together. This was our first date. I don't know how you felt about it. I feel like it went well. I'll see you, in 2 weeks. And so I actually enjoy that. And I can say that's one thing I did love about being in the salon experience, because I got to share in your life, in your children, in your experiences, in your good and your bad. And I feel invested. And then you also feel invested in me. So this is a definitely a relationship. So, but you do have those people that, hey, it's not like that. We just need to just keep it at this and that's it.
Yeah, that's true. I think for me, I want our listeners and viewers to understand how important it is to, when you spend a lot of time with somebody, make sure that there is a connection. Like, I want to pay y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to participate in the growth of your business. I want to promote y'all. There are some people that I've experienced and I'm like, how am I paying you and you rude? Like, how am I the one that's,
I totally get that.
Giving and sharing.
It's
and
the arrogance.
Yeah. But you got an attitude with me and I'm the one paying. And I'm just like, wow. But isn't this, when you're in the service industry, it's mutual, right?
Exactly. But I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, there wouldn't be a me. I don't know how people walk around like they're the gift. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gifted, or whatever. But I couldn't have a successful career. For 13 years, I've done nothing but pick up makeup brushes.
That's amazing.
And here in South Carolina, around in this area, I think I was the first to just do it. And I'm a single parent. I mean, I was divorced by this time. You know what I mean? So I provided for my children, with a makeup brush for 13 and a half years. Ooh. I did nothing but pick up a brush. Glory be to God for that, for keeping me, and just growing me. But yeah, if it wasn't for you guys, it wouldn't be a me. So I have to be appreciative of you, and grateful.
Yeah, extremely. Go ahead, Brandi.
I was gonna say, and something else I've learned over time too is, people want you to be real. People want you to be genuine as their stylist. They trust you in their head, which is their crown, which is very, very important. Like if you're coming in into someone's life and you're touching their crown, and you're all over the place and disheveled, you can, pour that on them and you put that on them, and then people want you to be trustworthy because I have situations that go on. You get what I'm saying? Especially people that are under high stress. I'll say this, high stress situations. I need to be able to trust you because I need to be able to have conversations around you that'll never leave. I need to be able to be in situations around you that I know I'll never hear this back again. This will never come back again to me. And that's really important in this industry. And I think people don't understand that. Like now in this trend, hairstylists, some of them are considered messy. They're considered messy. Glam can be considered, people can't trust their glam. They wonder how things get out, their glam is telling it. But people really want someone that is trustworthy. Like, hey, I need to be able to fuss at my kids and you ain't gonna tell nobody that I, fussed at my kids. Or you ain't gonna tell nobody that this happened. They really want somebody that can cover them as
Absolutely.
well, and be there covering and be, a place of refuge.
Yes.
That's so true. And that's why I choose the two of you guys, because I know that when I sit in that chair, whatever day I'm having, I'm not going to hear it again. Like Brandi will be like, what's up, girl? Tell me or whatever. And then she'll give me her best, response. And the same for you. And I don't have to worry about hearing it in the street. That's important to me, because you can beat my face down like Ali, and you can sew me up and do the best, hair job possible. But if I can't be my authentic self around you, and I got to tense up and change and chameleon into something else every time I'm in your presence, then that's not a great fit. And the reason why it fits is because you can be authentically you, D. You can be authentically you, Brandi. You can step away, feed the baby, and I'm not having a fit, I can hold him for you while you sew the left side. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she could step away and talk to, Ryan or Abby, and I'm speaking to them and I'm asking about them. And it's not just about, oh, make my face and I'll holler at you later, but I'm actually invested in, your life. I'm invested. I'm asking how you are. You sniffing, you got a sinus infection, girl, let me pray for you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that type of relationship has been lost. That beauty salons and barbershops are known as the messiest places to be. So when you bring people either into your home space or we go into, your salon suite, you want it to be a place where you can dump and leave and you feel comfortable doing so.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes when I sit down in the chair for Diedra, I don't feel pretty. But by the time I'm done, I feel pretty on the outside, and I felt pretty because I've been able to release on her, and she didn't judge me, and she had some good feedback from me, and vice versa. And so I feel like that sometimes when people take that type of relationship for granted, it gets you to a space where you don't really want to deal with people too much.
For sure. And it's important because we as women, we've grown up with the cattiness. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I look better than you. I do this better than you. I'm cuter than you. But no, we as women wear many hats. We have so much in common. We're wives, we're mothers, we're sisters, we're friends, we're aunties. Everybody pulls on us as women to make their life better. We need to come together, and understand that, hey, I got you, girl. Let's go. We can do this, because life is hard.
It is, right?
Life be lifing. Do you hear me? Life be lifing. And we're better together. We're so better together.
We are. Can you guys be transparent and tell me if you've ever felt like you wanted to step away for people that seemed like they just didn't care about you? All they wanted was to use you and pull on your gift, and then they out. Like, have you ever gotten overwhelmed? And if so, how did you overcome that?
Well, for me, yes. The truth is, it's more to me than makeup. I am a person too. I'm grateful that everybody, chooses me. The clients that choose me. Grateful, but I'm a person too sometimes, and I want to be cared about. I want to know somebody likes me past what I can do for them.
So good.
You know what I mean? And so there are times where I am overwhelmed. I don't know the balance sometimes of saying no. I can be tired or need to do this. I'll forfeit a vacation. I'll work on my birthday. And I understood that my profession also is a sacrifice, because when everybody else is, especially around, holidays or weekends, when everybody else is relaxing, they're ready to get off from their 9-to-5 job, baby, I'm going to work. I don't really have a personal life on the weekends. I'm working from sun up to sundown, making sure everybody else is okay. But there are times where I really do have to shut it down and I have to go away. I like to do cruises, I like to go on islands. But on a cruise, I don't care what happens. Nobody can call me. I can't fit you in. You can't come. I can't make it back.
Boundaries, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, just take me on a boat. I can't even reach you. I didn't even buy the Wi-Fi package. You can't reach me out here,
Yeah.
But you just have to take those moments to shut down.
That's
and
true.
Be around people, your family, people that, and I want to say the people you choose, because family ain't always, by blood. You know what I mean? But just be around people who love you to pour back into you, because I can't pour out to anybody if I don't feel myself.
Yeah.
Back.
That's so good. What about you, Brandi?
I can definitely say I have experienced that. Like when you're in this career is really like nonstop all the time. Because on the times that everyone else, like Diedra said, like the times that everyone else is relaxing, those are usually, high times, peak times for you. So yeah, you definitely get tired. I definitely have been tired. I've been worn, working nonstop, forfeiting vacations, not doing stuff for yourself because you want to be able to provide this service. And, you do want to be able to let your guard down with people that see you as more than just a hairstylist, more than just a service provider. You do want to be around people that can just accept you for you. Like, hey, you're just Brandi. And that's it. I want to laugh. I want to giggle. I want to do this. I don't,
we talk about current events, don't we, girl? Listen, she be like, can you turn on the news? I'm like, she live for CNN. She want to know about it.
I live for CNN. I live for let's do stuff other than hair. Let's eat snacks and listen to Beyonce. And let's talk about home decor and let's do these things, let's do things outside of hair. And it's definitely what you have to do in order to be able to balance, this type of life and not be burned out, because it's so easy to be burned out with this career, and lose your zeal. But I definitely, you do want to take a break, but it's your passion. So God kind of gives you, he'll give you like a little break. And then be like, okay, hey, the creative juices are pop back. And then you don't have any choice but to go back to it because you feel that burn like, oh, I just got to do it. I just got to do this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's definitely fulfilling. I think it's that fulfillment aspect of it. Get tired, but take a break, but come back because we're actually fulfilled in what we do.
That's right. Yeah, and also let go of the people that continue to drain you. Because when you get finished, you should feel filled up, right?
All money is not good money.
Girl,
all money is not good money.
That's one of the best phrases ever. All success is not good and all money is not good. If it took me to come outside of myself to make it happen, then was it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? You guys, what I'm trying to express to you today is that glam for me is important. I love it. This time of year, there's so many things going on. There are parties, it's holidays, it's multiple things back to back, and you want to look and you want to feel great. I want to personally thank both of them for literally trying to fit me in. Listen, when you find people who will bend for you, you need to be able to bend for them. It's mutual. Because I'll be like, oh, can you? And the thing that I know about the two of them is they will do their best for me. And if they cannot make it happen, they truly cannot make it happen. And I want us as people who depend on glam to show up and make you beautiful, to just be mindful and respectful that when people adjust their schedules, it's because they care about you. And so, but don't lean on that all the time. Also give them enough notice they can so they can, have their own personal life, because when they love you, they'll try to make it happen for you and then putting themselves out. Because listen, Brandi has driven in the middle of the night. Literally, she was and brought her husband and the baby to stay in the hotel to make sure that something that came up last minute happened for me. Diedra get a message at 1 a.m. She like, I was asleep, honey. She said, well, let me see if I can do it. I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus, please, I don't know what I'm going to do. And when you find people who will do that for you and who will do their best for you, it's always good to let them know they're appreciated. Brandi can tell you, and this isn't me tooting my horn. One day I was like, girl, what you doing? She was like, what you need? What you need for me? I can fit you in. I was like, no, you going to see Kanye. You and your husband, y'all going to see Kanye. And she was like, you know what, Av, you know what, that meant the world to me that you called me and it wasn't about hair. Same for Dee. I was like, girl, what you doing? You want to see Mary? Because I know how much she loves Mary. And I was just like, let me pour back into her. It might seem little, but that little thing is just like, this is why I do this. This is why I move mountains for Av, because she sees me beyond what I can do for her.
For sure.
And that's what the posture that we should have. These people don't exist for you. And at your drop of a dime, they're altering their lives to make sure you're good. So at some point, take a moment to check on them. Send them a love text. Just send them a girl, you were on my heart, without asking them for a booking.
And it means the world. It really does. It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah. Ev always sends a text. She doesn't send them for me anymore. She sends them for her boyfriend.
That's my boyfriend, baby. My
Her
husband
boyfriend,
know.
Jace Maverick. She got what
My
my
husband
boyfriend
know.
doing.
That's my
Yeah.
boyfriend. And he got all the gums for me when I see him.
That's
All the
right.
gums. It ain't even about Brent. Like, I want to make an appointment just so I can see my
See the
baby.
baby.
I'm gonna come over there just so I can hold Mav so he can sniggle. And then when she get there, he gonna sniggle and giggle in her face, sniggle and giggle, and give her all the sugars.
That's right. Listen, y'all, it's been beautiful talking with you today. And as we wrap, I have one more question that I think will help our viewers and our listeners. You know, the trends are, look this way, do that. You're not winning if you're not doing this and you're not doing that. What do you think is too far as people going over the top with their glam? How do you feel comfortable with telling a client they need to scale back because this trend will pass and you're going to be looking a fool? Or do you think that what's going on right now is something that's going to last? You know what I'm saying?
Well, adjustments, I'm going to call them, has been around. They're just more common. But the thing for me, because I'm a woman, I'm aging. I'm now in my 40s. I see
Girl,
a
you
little line
beautiful,
here, a little
but you
line
look
there.
beautiful, holding it down.
I struggle with wanting to change too, but I do. For me, it's my faith, realizing that I am fearfully and wonderfully made, accepting that a little change here, a little change there. I don't see anything, wrong with that. The only thing I want people just to be educated. This is not just save up my money and get this done one time.
Right.
It's the maintenance behind it. You got to educate yourself about what you're doing to yourself, because if you're in your 20s, 30s, you get them eyebrows tattooed and you 40 and that face fall, baby. What are we doing?
And then they want you to show up and fix it.
What you say? Girl, they make my job so hard. They're like, can you fix this? I'm like, well, I told you not to do it. It's just like, but people are going to do what they're going to do. I say do everything in moderation.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Just do it in moderation.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's good. What about you, B?
I say the same thing. It's so tough because people really chase the trends. And I try to tell people, hey, you have to have limits with what you're going to do. You have to have limits. You have to know what's enough and when enough is enough. Mm-hmm. So even with the lace thing, hey, everybody wants to have lace. Everybody wants to do this. You have to have limits because, in 5 years, if you don't have any hair, then what are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
Where are we going to go? At what point, what are we going to do from here? Are we going to shave it off? So I believe in honesty. So yes. I'm going to be honest with you up front.
So good.
Hoping that it doesn't hurt your feelings, but I need to tell you. So on the back end, you can't say I didn't warn you, of That's what good. Might happen with this chasing this trend. I'm definitely going to tell you the truth. Hey, yeah, you can do that. I don't do that. So I can't help you with that. But if you want to do this, just know you're going to be skint back, okay? You're going to be skint.
Baby.
Baby. Back.
Know what you're getting yourself into.
Skint back. If you're okay with that, then, be my guest. But, I just don't believe in that. So I'm definitely with being honest with people and then also trying to find a middle ground. Hey, I know sometimes you want to put your foot in the water. So we'll tiptoe over there and see what it's like. And then you got to come on back. Okay?
Yes.
So we'll
sometimes you I got to let you do it.
Yes.
And then from there, we'll see what's good.
Okay? Don't let me drown. Just don't let me drown. Pull my coattail.
I'm going to pull your coattail because I send you a text and say, hey.
That's right.
You might have just tapped over too far.
Too far. Come back. Come back.
That's good. Yeah. Honesty is appreciated in this business and just the mutual respect for what everybody does and how it affects each other is just beautiful. Because when they feel love, they want to keep going. And when you don't, you're like, okay, what am I really here for? And also being influenced by the trends and wanting your person to turn into the trend at the drop of a dime and navigate around your wants and needs is also something that we have to consider, that you have to think about. And Diedra, I think she knows my face. If she has an hour, she has 20 minutes. And she
Look,
hates when
Brandi.
she has 20 minutes. Then Brandi be like, now how long we
Lean
got
close to
today?
the screen.
Yeah, yes, that's
How
right.
long we got?
Brandi.
You be like, now,
That's right.
now sis, I ain't gonna be able to crimp your whole head, but what I will do is be able to give you 3 curls because you gave me 10 minutes. You know, and I know life happens sometimes, guys, but let's try to stay on time. Woo, preaching to the choir. Me, I be trying so hard, y'all. I need y'all to pray for me. Y'all know that time is a demon for me. Like I have been trying so hard. I have everything in order, and then something like I can't find my keys when I know I put them right here and my child moved
For real,
them.
it's times where Brandi on hair sewing and I'm doing faces. We got to make it do what it do.
And
you
y'all
know,
communicate with each other. You
You
like, give me a minute. I'm on her eyes. Or give me a minute. I need Av to push back real quick. But I just want to say thank y'all for what you do and who you are. You're much more than what you do. And I think for me, finding comfort in knowing you guys, your values, your heart, and your passion has literally given me peace with not having to jump around so much. So if you aren't available, I have very great other people, but you guys are swear bys, and it's more than what you do. It's more than your artistry. It is the who that you are, and that is what this has been about today. So thank you guys for being with me and loving on me and showing up and making sure that I'm together for everything that I have. You guys need to follow the Diedra Mills Experience on all platforms and B-Fly Experience as well as Raw Effects Hair, because they truly take pride in who they are and what they do. And their following is growing, and I love, love, love to see it. I love you guys both. Thank you, Brandi. Thank you, Diedra.
You're welcome. And my Instagram handle is just the Diedra Mills.
Oh,
I didn't add the experience.
The
to
Diedra
I
Mills,
guess I
but
should.
it is an experience. But it gets long.
Yes.
All right, love y'all so much.
All right.
Thank
Love you, Brandi girl.
Love you too.
All right, guys, it's that time again, Av's Advice segment. Listen, Dear Av is something that I do each and every episode where someone writes in and asks me a question and I give them, my expertise to the best of my ability. So I have a story for us today, and here it goes. Dear Av, I'm in too deep. I was recently married and inherited 3 bonus children. I myself was not a mother already, but ecstatic to receive my husband's children as my own. But since we fully integrated our lives, it's been a bit much. I sincerely prayed to God for this man and believed that God sent him to me. But did God send me these children too? That's the question. It's not the children themselves. It's that he has all 3 children at least once a month for a week. And because the weeks are different, I'm mothering and not being able to have my husband to myself for just about every week. I thought because his children's mom is great moms, I wouldn't have too much heavy lifting to do. But I am taking children to practices and hair appointments and cooking family dinners just about every night. So Pastor Av, please help. Should I tell my amazing husband that I love him and his kids, but leave me out of the daily hustle? Honey, woo! So listen, I feel you. I hear you. What I want to encourage you with today is that you have an amazing husband and you knew that he had children. I'm not sure if you ask all of the necessary questions prior to marriage about them, but when you married your husband, you also married his life and whatever his life entailed. And I'm not sure if what you experienced has grown into more than what you expected or what you were told. That's information that I don't have, but let me work with the information I do. He's a part, his children's lives are a part of now your life. You have an amazing husband who loves you. If it's too much, if you could have a real open and transparent conversation with him and just letting him know that you're feeling a little bit of a burden, not that you don't love them, not that you have a problem with them, but you just want a little bit more balance. I feel like he should be open to that. If by chance you feel yourself spiraling and you feel like you're showing up more for them than for your marriage, also share that with your husband, because if he loves you and he prefers you, then he would have a heart and an ear to hear you. And it would speak to something that's a little bit deeper if you don't feel like you can go to him with that information. I want you to pray about the wording. I want you to pray about the delivery of the information and ask God for him to receive it in the best light. and just go from there. But be authentic and true to what it is you feel like you're experiencing, and do your best with trying to navigate how it's received on his end. Although there's no guarantee that he's going to receive it well, you have to be true to yourself and just let the chips fall where they may, but don't hold it in, because you will blow up at an inopportune time and it can spiral into other things. Don't let these things fester. Get it out in the best possible way, and be objective while you're doing it. All right, everybody. If you have a situation that you want my input in, you can email me at Unfiltered, that's AVE, Unfiltered at AventurGrayCo, don't leave out the CO.com. And I would love to give my input or my little 2 cents on what you're walking through. Listen, that's been another episode of Unfiltered, real convos, no filter. What you doing in my way? Please like, share, and follow. Please share this with somebody who may be needing an uplift and a boost in understanding like their beauty and how much they want to invest in it and what type of relationships they need to have with their glam. It's been an amazing day. Don't forget to write in for Av's advice. I can't wait to see you next time. God bless you, and I love you. And don't forget, Av Unfiltered, bi-weekly on Thursdays, 4:08 p.m. My favorite numbers, 4 and 8. Love you. See you next time.